87 team, but we were a group of 6 years where we all played together. We all, everybody played on each other's teams. So we just don't celebrate our one single victory because we have everybody who played for 4 or 5 years here. So first of all, I do want to thank Frank and Dan for allowing us to come here tonight. My name is Gibby Lemon. I played on the 86-87 team. Tonight we're going to celebrate the Cinderella story of Little Rock. In 1977, we were an NAIA school. We played against Ouachita, UCA, and we were even independent. We wouldn't even play against them. We played lower teams than that. 1978, we turned Division I. 1984, Mike Newell shows up, and he takes us to, in 6 years, he takes us to 5 tournaments. 1 year we didn't go, and then 5 straight times we win. Guys, it's a celebration. We did all this, not with these facilities you see here. We did it in another area where we had no home court. We didn't have a weight room. We didn't have a real locker room. We didn't have any place to eat. We ate at Wendy's. We ate at Bonanza. I mean, seriously, we didn't have a cafeteria. So, anyway, Mike Newell, when he came here in '84, we hit this scene like it was just crazy. We were like rock stars with a bunch of talented athletes and coaches. Coach Newell, he was this 6'3", blue-eyed, blonde, handsome Ken doll who would just dance around the sideline, talking to 3 people at once. He's, hey, hey, hey. He really had it going on. And he had on his Armani suits, his Gucci ties. He had a lot of fashion, but it was a marketing job because he knew what he had. And what we had was a group of people who was just phenomenal. We had Myron Jackson, Pete Myers, Michael Clark, Ken Worthy, Paris McCurdy, Curtis Kidd. We had Eddie Powell, who's here tonight, Darren Hodges, who's here, Keith Campbell, who's here, Dean Severin, who's here, and Paul Springer, who passed away. So, wonderful group of people. So, what we're going to celebrate tonight is really kind of more of the next man up system. This is what we had, thanks to our coach here, who brought in all the talent. So, we lost 4 seniors off that team and 80% of the scoring. And we were able to come back and go 26-11 and go to the Final Four of the NIT. Phenomenal experience, guys. So, Coach. He's recruiting right now. Yeah, So Coach Newell really was able to get the best out of us, but it wasn't without a lot of controversy, which y'all might have heard. But my teammates and coaches, they're going to be able to tell you about the struggles and the limitations we had. But for sure, what happened during those years is we birthed a new Little Rock athletic basketball team. Amazing. On the road, we played in the most amazing places around the United States. We played in Madison Square Garden twice, Mackey Arena, Metrodome twice, just a list, Lloyd Noble, McHale Arena, Coors Arena in Boulder, and we played in Hawaii. And we had all this with our governor, Governor Clinton, hanging out with us the whole time. So, interesting times, guys. Then we came home, and our home games would be at UCA, at the Fair Center, at their home court, where we beat UTEP and Tim Hardaway. Then we would go play in Pine Bluff, where we played University of California, and we beat Kevin Johnson there. And then we played our Little Rock games in a hotel downtown in the basement. Seriously. So imagine what you see here now compared to what we had to experience. So to me, Coach Newell was a lot like Bobby Knight. High demand coach. He had a military ideal where he just drove people, and regularly he'd come up with us, to us with these constructive criticisms, let's call it, where he would break you down, right? And then finally, when you think you're being kicked off the team, and he would walk away, and he'd tell you something, and he'd say it, and he meant it, and it made sense to us. And he would look at us and say, "You better be glad that I'm your coach, because you will never have another person who gives you a harder time than I will. And he wasn't wrong. So let's go back to March of 1986. I don't know if y'all knew where you were when y'all saw Notre Dame win, but for me, it was interesting. I was playing basketball, trying to play basketball in Fayetteville, and Coach Sutton had told me I could be a walk-on, and then the next week he's like, I'm going to Kentucky. And I was like, what am I gonna do? So here I am, I'm at Park Plaza at Dillard's, and I'm walking around, and I hear this big Russian noise, it's just loud noises, screaming, and I'm like, what's going on? Are we attacked? I have no idea what's going on. Then I hear cheering, and I'm like, okay, oh wow, there's an Arkansas Little Rock game on. So I went down, and all of Park Plaza had gathered in front of the TVs in Dillard's, where I sat on the floor with these kids, and we all watched the birthing of the Little Rock program right there when we beat Notre Dame. Such a wonderful story. That's when I knew I wanted to play for Arkansas Little Rock. So the next season, I transferred to ULR, I tried out, and I got on. So for me, it was such a wonderful experience to play 2 years with these super athletes and coaches. So tonight we're going to celebrate all the new years. We were year 3 of 6 years. We went 26-11, went to the final end of the NIT. So tonight we have Dr. Eddie Powell, who is going to tell you his story. He's going to give out the rings and give out our presents and let everybody speak. So Eddie was our three-point professional back before there was a three-point line. We didn't have a three-point line until 86,